Hello, everyone, and welcome to United Way. Live United. I'm Terry Westerfield. And joining me today, I am thrilled to have some friends in from the North Shore, and we're talking about the Junior League of Greater Covington. I want to welcome to the program Sheila Duggar, who is the president of the Junior League of Greater Covington. Hi, Sheila.
Good morning.
I am so glad you're joining us today, and your friend and colleague, Bailey Morse, who is the vice president of Fund Development for the Junior League of Greater Covington. Hi, Bailey.
Good morning. How are you?
Oh, I'm fine. I'm glad you're here. And my colleague and dear friend, Jamie Birchfield, who is the marketing director of United Way of Southeast Louisiana. Hi, Jamie.
There.
Well, for those of you who are joining us today, at United Way of Southeast Louisiana, we aspire to help people live the best life possible. Now, United Way works to strengthen children and youth, the elderly, families, and individuals from all walks of life in Jefferson, Orleans, Plaquemine, St. Bernard, St. Tammany, Tangipahoa, and Washington parishes. We work in partnership with government, nonprofit, and civic organizations to tackle the most pressing issues and promote a better quality of life for all. Now, in St. Tammany Parish, one of our many partners is, you guessed it, the Junior League of Covington. And our friends are here today to talk about, I think it's your biggest fundraiser of the year, and it is so much fun. So, Sheila, Bailey, you want to arm wrestle? Who's going to talk first about polo?
I guess that's me. No, you're absolutely right. Harvest Cup Polo Classic, we're on our 18th year of presenting this wonderful, wonderful event, and it has truly become fundraising at its finest. This year's event is going to take place on Sunday, October 19th at beautiful Summer Grove Farms, which is the home polo field for the New Orleans Polo Club. And the event begins at 11:30 and will go through 5:30 in the evening. We are looking extremely forward to another wonderful Polo Classic this year.
Now, it just sounds ideal and an all-day event. It is. So when you come,
Yes.
be ready. Now, there are all many different levels. And again, Bailey, whether it's you or Sheila, you can be a sponsor, you can buy tickets, you can come as an individual. Let's talk about all the different ways that you can participate.
Certainly. I guess from a corporate sponsorship level, we have community partners, and we're fortunate to have United Way back again and hopefully going to continue their partnership with us into the future. They serve as a community partner for the league. We also have corporate sponsors that rotate on an annual basis. So we have a lot of recurring sponsors who come back year after year, but we also have new sponsors who add or breathe a little new life into our corporate sponsorship lineup year in and year out. Then we also have our patrons who purchase tickets. They can be general admission tickets, and patrons also have the ability to purchase a VIP pass for an additional $30.
Which is the way to go.
It is the way to go. It is
Absolutely.
certainly the way to go, especially if you want to see those boys in black and gold take on the Detroit Lions. So we will actually be airing the Saints versus Lions football game in the VIP tent during the
Tigers
event.
and horses.
Air
Oh, my.
conditioned.
Yeah.
Air-conditioned VIP
With
tent.
special restaurants only located in the VIP
Oh, well, now this
That's
all right,
correct.
we've got so many things to talk. Let's back up a little bit, because now we're all excited. But I believe thoroughly, as I know you do, when you've got folks who are coming in as corporate sponsors and big patrons who will help out in such a philanthropic manner, let's give them a little shout out, please, if you don't mind.
Absolutely. Well, first and foremost, to our community partners, and they come on in 3-year time spans with us. So we have obviously United Way as a community partner. We also have Inside Northside, the magazine, which is our major marketing community partner, Lori Murphy over at Inside Northside. We have Lee Michaels, Fine Jewelers, who also, in addition to the many wonderful things they do for our league, they are sponsoring a $5,000 Gucci Hay Pull raffle at this year's event. So we're selling raffle tickets in addition to our event tickets, and that's all courtesy of Lee Michaels. And we also have Champagne Beverage and Covington Brew House, two very fine local North Shore establishments that also serve as community partners for the league.
Lovely libations there.
Yes, absolutely. And then we have a whole slew of corporate sponsors. First and foremost, Chevron this year is a 10-goal sponsor, as well as Tech Crane International and Golf Cart World. They are our 10-goal sponsors. We are also fortunate again to have back with us Capital One Bank, Home Bank, Gallagher Benefit Solutions, Louisiana Polo Farms, Innisfree Farms, Summer Grove Farms. The list goes on and on. It truly does. Bevelo Gas and Electrical
beautiful
Lighting.
things.
Beautiful things. And many of these sponsors, not only do they help us out for this event, but they have a continuing, ongoing relationship with the league throughout the year. So it's not just a single opportunity for them to help out the league. They really do make a stance and make a difference in our community, not only with polo, but throughout the year and throughout our community.
I was going to say, and that's the important part too. We always like to say we'd like to put fun in fundraising, and polo is one of the best events. But let's also talk a little bit more about that day itself. You know, whenever I hear polo, what am I thinking of? Okay, it's a chick flick. Yes, one of my favorites. Pretty Woman, when she's out there with the hat and all the beautiful, and she's doing the divot dance or something along those lines.
That's correct, the divot stomp.
Ah, that's it.
Yes. No, it really is. It is such a unique event, and I think that's one of the things that's really allowed the league to stand on its own with this event. I mean, number one, it's outdoor in Southeast Louisiana, which is a challenge because you can either be graced with the best weather, you could possibly order up, or
It is. Gree here. No, it's going to be beautiful.
and historically, it has been beautiful, which really makes those big, huge, bright white tents against the big blue sky and the green grass of the polo field a sight to be seen. And it is a spectacular setting for an extremely, extremely unique event. But it's also a wonderful opportunity to dress up and put on those dibs that you might not necessarily get to put on all the time. Ladies, pull out your hats out of the closet because we know every Southern girl loves a great reason to pull out a fabulous hat.
Or go buy one.
Or go buy one. That's exactly right. And the gentlemen, I mean, they can come straight from church with their nice coats and their slacks, and it doesn't necessarily have to be a suited affair, but it is just really fun to get dressed up and continue that celebration from the morning into the evening hours, because it just presents an extremely unique setting and opportunity.
You're describing something so picturesque.
To kind of touch on that, I mean, you can't comprehend how uniquely beautiful the setup is there. When you pull up and you're kind of out in the middle of nowhere.
You are.
And then you pull behind this curtain of trees, and then you just see these huge white tents set on this field, and it is truly spectacular.
I understand there's a little bit of magic involved because this all happens in setting it up with poof, and it's just kind of theirs from what I've heard.
Oh, we cannot give away our secret.
That's right.
Those ladies, I mean, they
Absolutely.
bring it all out there.
Now, I don't know if it's a wink of an eye or a wink of 3 days, but one way or the other, it gets set up.
It's truly an event to be seen. It's a fabulous social event. But if polo's not your thing, we have live and silent auctions. We have the Parade of Breeds, which is absolutely my favorite. I get to go actually out and touch the horse, and wish I could have one of those at home. Then also we have a fabulous band come and entertain after polo, and of course there's the football game for our better halves. They like to think.
Don't forget about the food tent, which is
Oh,
my
absolutely.
favorite.
Ooh.
And then of course we do need some libations.
Of course.
No, it's like pulling back an onion and revealing the many layers of this event. It's not just polo; it's a lot more. But at the end of the day, it's a lot bigger than polo, because the good work that we do on that day serves us in the good work that we do year in and year out at the league.
Now, that is the perfect segue, Bailey, because Sheila and Jake, let's talk about some of the things, because we can come back. I want to hear more about the band, Sheila and Bailey.
Yes.
I want to hear more about the horses, because I always want to know, where do they come from? But first, as you said, here is this premier fundraising event. You are a good community partner. You are renowned on the North Shore. And the money raised goes to some very incredibly worthwhile programs. So maybe we can talk about your spirit of philanthropy in that manner.
Absolutely.
Well, we're a group of women, and it's a service organization. And what we like to do is we want to promote volunteerism and develop the potential of women in improving the community. So you'll notice that most of our programs are focused on women and children. We have Career Corner, which actually helps ladies to get back into the workforce if they've been out for several years. We have Project Proms, which has really exploded in the last few years, where we help girls that might not have had a dress and an opportunity to go to prom and even homecoming. They get to pick a dress. Last year we serviced 40 young women. They went home with 2 dresses each, with makeup tips and beauty tips and accessories and shoes, the whole gamut. We also have our Spring Stomp event, which is a run in the spring that promotes the education of childhood obesity and snack programs, which ties in very well with our Kids in the Kitchen, which are trying to educate children of all ages healthy snacks and how to make good choices in food. Then, of course, we have our Girls' Health Day, which is generally in the spring. I think this year it's in January.
That's correct.
So it's going to focus on women and young girls' health. And then, of course, our Read for the Record, which is coming up 2 days after Polo, which promotes literacy. So we are very, very busy.
I was going to say, you've got many, many, many. I want to come back and get a few more details. Some of these programs, and especially helping women who've been out of the workforce for a while, get reacclimated. This is amazing because it can be very terrifying. Some maybe perhaps never were really there and need that opportunity so they can provide for themselves and their families. And again, you're all about women and children.
Absolutely, absolutely. These women are allowed to set up a date with us, and we take them to our closet, and they get to shop and buy. Well, they're not buying, but they pick out 2 or 3 outfits. So they've got that executive look, and it's a big change from when they walk in and they don't have the confidence and they don't show the confidence to when they put on those outfits and see that somebody took the time and cared enough to just give them this extra step up. It's a fabulous program.
I would say, and that morale boost that they get. And we all feel that way on any day when we get up and it's, I'm having a bad hair day, but someone who has really been through the ringer and now getting to come in the service that you provide, that is a lovely, lovely
It's
thing.
true. I guess we kind of take for granted the simple things in life and the difference that a new jacket or a new skirt or a new suit can make in that woman's life.
Oh, it represents a whole new chapter
It
in
does.
your life.
It does. It's
Absolutely.
the beginning of a new chapter and giving them an opportunity to make a difference for themselves and their family. It's extremely touching.
And I know that in United Way, and Jamie and I both know this, that one of the things we want to do is be able to help let people encourage them to become self-dependent, or independent rather. And so by doing that, this is another step on that journey, that kind of things that you do. And we have similar programs.
Yeah, and I mean, that was when the Junior League first came to us with this event. I mean, that was kind of something that we were very quickly to jump on board there, because a lot of their programs did align with our impact areas and the work that we do in the community. So we just thought it was a perfect fit, a perfect tie-in. So we did come on as a community partner for this event. And not only just for this event, we do support the Junior League throughout the year. We have a lot of similar programs, a lot of similar audiences. So it's really a good partnership.
Well, we're going to toot our own horn just a little bit, ladies. Toot. Jamie, talk about some of those programs that we have at United Way, because they do align with the Junior League. And when we talk about United Way, because as I mentioned earlier, we are in the 7 parishes of Southeast Louisiana. So anyone who needs United Way services can go to any of the programs that we support in any of the parishes. But what's really nice to know is that if you are living in St. Tammany Parish, there are some that are based right there, so you don't have to travel so far.
Well, I mean, United Way focuses on the 3 impact areas of education, impact, and health. So all of our initiatives and programs are going to fall under those 3 categories. But specific to St. Tammany, we have some focus areas. We have Dolly Parton's Imagination Library, which is a reading program for children from birth to age 5, which I know Junior League has a similar program.
And we want to talk about that later, too, because they do mirror each other.
Absolutely, absolutely. And we do the St. Tammany Suicide Prevention Support Program. We are a funder of that in the parish. It's a big thing.
And let's stop right there. Jamie, can we talk a little bit more about, because that has been so important to the parish of St. Tammany and the good people who live there.
Sure. I mean, when we came on with this program a couple of years back, the parish government approached us to just help them raise funds for this issue. It was brought to our attention that suicide, unfortunately, was a huge issue in St. Tammany. I think they were treating it almost as an epidemic. So when the parish came to us, we agreed to help raise the funds for it, and the Suicide Prevention Support Program was created. It's a multi-tiered program. It involves several different entities throughout the parish, government, corporate people, hospitals, law enforcement, first responders. And a lot of the big portion of it is the crisis response team through Volunteers of America, that they actually report to the scene of an incident. They come out with first responders and they assess the situation and see what type of help that person needs, whether they need follow-up care, and then they decide from that point. So we kind of came behind that program, and so far it's been extremely successful. It hasn't been 100%. We still have the problem in the parish, but it has been extremely successful, and we're very proud of the work that we've done.
And I think that just goes and proves not only here we are talking about this particular program, but again, the programs, the Junior League, how together we connect, and because it's always better when we can leverage our resources for the common good. Mm-hmm. And I know that there are others that we have going on there as well. Programs that we have, counseling, CASA, please, let's talk a little bit, and then I want to get back with the ladies and see how we fit together.
Well, in St. Tammany Parish, we have funded agencies there. I think there's close to 20 different partner agencies that we have, and that funds, I think, 40-something programs throughout the parish. And they run everywhere from American Red Cross, Boy Scouts of America, Boys and Girls Clubs, Cancer Association of Greater New Orleans, Catholic Charities, Community Christian Concern, Dental Lifeline Network, East St. Tammany Rainbow Child Care Center, Jewish Family Service, New Heights Therapy Center, and the list goes on and on and on. Some other big ones: Stark, Via Link, Good Samaritan Ministry, Volunteers of America, Youth Service Bureau is a big partner of ours, North Shore Disaster Recovery, Safe Harbor, Second Harvest Food Bank of Greater New Orleans and Acadiana, Southeast Louisiana Legal Services, and St. Tammany Community Health Center.
So there are quite a few. You mentioned New Heights Equestrian Therapeutic Riding Center, and I believe that, again, this is something that Junior League of Covington has been involved in for a long time.
Yes,
That's
we
correct.
provide them a grant every year, and this is actually where we hold our polo event.
And that it's coming back to polo.
Absolutely.
Full
All right,
circle.
now I have to ask some of the questions then about that. And here you have the Therapeutic Equestrian. This is to help children who, it's primarily children, correct? Or, I mean, there are some adults, but who have had disabilities or problems, and kind of, again, a little bit about gaining knowledge, gaining self-awareness, and enjoyment.
Absolutely, and they have picked up a veterans.
That's correct.
They are
So it's
working
even
with adults.
expanding the
They're
services.
working with adults now also.
And as part of this, it is to deal with kind of traumatic stress, or, I mean, it's
Yes.
probably a variety of
It
things
is.
that I know of.
In certain conditions that obviously affect mobility as well. I mean, it is a therapeutic and a
Right.
rehabilitative riding center, and I think it's part and parcel not only to the activity, but horses, it's my understanding, are very sensitive to
The feeling,
the
the
feeling
emotional,
of, and have a very close emotional connection to their rider, and that's part of the therapeutic, and that's part of the benefit that the riders receive through New Heights as
And
well.
someone who might otherwise have a disability can get on that horse and just feel the strength coming through and getting off.
Absolutely.
That is just lovely, and it makes me think of all those beautiful horses you were talking about, Sheila. They like to go up and pet. So where do they all come? Now, you mentioned the Equestrian Therapeutic Riding Center. Some horses possibly, do they come from there? Are they from individual owners? Where do all these thoroughbreds come in from, and where do you get the teams?
Well, the horses are actually, the horse community is very close-knit, and so you will actually, we've been doing this event for so many years, we actually have people come to us, and we
now
actually
that's
have,
nice.
have
Yeah.
people that want to repeat year in and out. And with so many equestrians in the Folsom area, it's relatively easy, but these are privately owned horses. We do have a few from the New Heights Center, and so you get the little tiny ponies to the large Percherons. It's a beautiful thing. So it's really excited to see them.
It's always a fan favorite.
Absolutely.
I was
guess.
going to say, I'd love to see them. How do you choose the teams? I mean, is there a limit? And is there a different class? I mean, you're talking about, are ponies just for show, or those little ponies are out there too? For those of us who've never had the opportunity to go and we want to know what we're going to see.
Well, the teams, I guess the polo teams, is
Uh-huh.
that what you're talking about? Well, thank goodness we have the assistance of Doug Parsons and the New Orleans Polo Club.
All right.
And they supply the polo players, and they put on the games. There's a round robin game this year that's going to feature 3 of our major corporate sponsors, and then there will be the featured game after halftime, which will feature 2 of our community partners. I believe this year the featured match is going to be between the Inside Northside team and the Lee Michaels team.
Ooh.
Yes.
Ooh.
So
And
it's
there
sure
is
to
a
be.
United Way team.
Yes.
There is a United Way team. There is
Go
also
team.
They're really great jerseys.
that's great. It's this really cool digital camo. It's really unique. We have the United Way team. We also have the Champagne Beverage Covington Brewhouse team, and we're adding a 5th team this year for Chevron. Chevron is coming in as our 5th team.
And that's and Chevron moved to the North Shore after
Yes.
after Katrina, and they've been such a wonderful corporate partner of both United Way and the Junior League of Covington for many, many years. Very good in social
Yes,
responsibility.
we're extremely excited to not only have them on board with the league, but to have them as a new resident of St. Tammany. As I'm a native of the Covington area, born and raised, so it really instills a great deal of pride to see how many people and companies now call my home home, and I think it only adds to the wonderful quality of life that we all enjoy on the North Shore.
And it sounds like that's why what you're talking about, you enjoy, you're so proud of where you live, where you grew up, and again, this idea of giving back to this community that you love so dearly.
That's right.
Absolutely. Yes, we're right now. I'm sure you have heard that the Junior League is pushing forward with our Children's Museum.
Yes.
And so we really want to give something to the parish that they're really proud of and to bring in and educate our children, which is very, very important to us. So our signature project, of course, is our Children's Museum of St. Tammany.
And where is that going up? I mean, is it already there under construction? I gotta tell you, I've gotten a little lost on the timetable. So tell everybody.
We do have the land over by Pinnacle Point.
That's correct.
And so we are in the process of working things out with the parish. And we've hired our exhibit team, which is very exciting. They've been to the parish, I think, about 3 times now, and they've held meetings with teachers and students and parents to find out what they want in a museum. And it's so exciting to see. Last time I was there, they had where children wanted an Egyptian exhibit and somebody else wanted a shark exhibit. And so it's really interesting to see.
Tut to sharks. No,
Yes,
go ahead.
absolutely. So it's going to be interesting to see, but we definitely want to make it something our own. But we want to have the traveling exhibits that interest our children as well as our parents.
And as I was to say, is getting young minds interested in so many things. I know the research that has gone into and the partnerships United Way has established for many years in early education and learning is that the brain, but from 1 to 4, 1 to 5, and 3 is almost optimum.
Yes.
That to touch, to learn, to the ability to start speaking foreign languages and sticking with it. Amazing, amazing things. So the younger that we can help children, the better.
Absolutely.
Prepare them on that road to success for the future.
I mean, statistics do show that the early years are the learning years, and I don't know the exact data, but if a child is not on a certain level by the time they enter school, that child is going to be behind throughout their entire school
They
career.
won't catch up, and that leads to dropping out. It leads to all kinds of other social
Acting out,
problems
yes.
and things. Well, you know, in learning, again, I want to go back a little bit because, Jamie, you were talking about, I know that United Way has supported the Dolly Parton Library, one of the first in that area for a long time. I was hoping you could talk a little bit about that because, as you said, it mirrors a lot what the ladies here are doing with their reading program. So let's talk a little bit about both of them.
Absolutely. The Dolly Parton's Imagination Library was started, our United Way of Southeast Louisiana, St. Tammany, was the first office that had the Imagination Library. But it's a program for any child that is a resident of St. Tammany Parish. Once the child is enrolled in the program, they receive one book a month. It's free, delivered to their home, and these are nice hardback books. And they go by their age range, so depending on what age the child is, they will get a different book, so it does go along with how they grow up. And they receive these books for the first 5 years of their life, so whenever you enroll once, however long you're in the program until the child turns 5, then they graduate out of the program. Their last book is Welcome to Kindergarten, and then they start school from that point. But so far, since the program started in 2009, we have delivered more than 26,000 books to children in
Wow.
St. Tammany Parish.
Wow. And I tell you, this is the digital age and beyond, but I remember back when dinosaurs roamed. No, I couldn't wait for that book. We had similar programs when I was
Yeah.
growing up. And to get that new book, Dr. Seuss was the biggie. Still remember One Fish, Two Fish, Red Fish, Blue Fish. I can go on, but I won't.
Well, a little engine that
and a
could.
fly
Yes.
went by.
My boys have those books. We're still reading them today.
And to probably own children and grandchildren.
Absolutely.
The Little Engine That Could is the signature book in this line.
Ooh, well,
but it is
because
exciting.
Dolly Parton has her, yes.
It is
railroad.
exciting for the children to receive the books in their homes. It comes to their house with their name on it, so you can see them running out to the mailbox and getting their book and bringing it in. And the program also encourages parents to read with their children.
And
So that's
that's-
another big thing, is that parent engagement. They come to the home. They can spend that quality time with their children. We love the program. We hope to keep it going for years to come. And we do have sponsorship opportunities available for that program.
So if people are interested,
If people are interested, you can sponsor. It's $30 per child for a year, or it's $150 for the first 5 years of a child's
my
life.
goodness.
You can't really beat that.
that's amazing. So,
So you
again,
can say you are giving someone the gift of literacy.
you are, and they're learning to read, the parental engagement. You're about reading. You've got Read for the Record, as you said. We want to promote that a little bit because
Absolutely.
it's coming up too.
Yes, it's October 21st. We actually will be going into schools and libraries in West St. Tammany Parish. This year we'll be donating approximately 500 books to our community. It's a World Reading Day, and we're trying to establish the largest number and set a world record for the largest number of children and adults reading the same book on the same day. And this year our book is Bunny Cakes.
Bunny cakes.
So if you're familiar with the Max and Ruby series on Nickelodeon, as I am because my children watch it every single day, we're looking very forward to reading Bunny Cakes.
Several times.
Several times.
Absolutely.
On October 21st.
I would suspect you might even have it memorized.
Maybe.
Well, ladies, this is so wonderful. Believe it or not, look, we're almost out of time.
I
We've
can't
got to
believe it.
mention again about the Polo Classic. Let's do the date one more time, the time, pricing, and everything everybody wants to know on that roundup of that Sunday event.
Great. Again, it is Harvest Cup Polo is Sunday, October 19th at beautiful Summer Grove Farms in Folsom, Louisiana. The event happens from 11:30 in the morning until 5:30 p.m. General admission tickets are $100 each. We're also selling VIP passes for an additional $30 each. We also have reserved tables available. Those can be purchased online through the Junior League of Greater Covington's website. That's www.jlgc.net.
Whoops, let's slow down because right now you know somebody is running.
That's
to
right.
grab that pen and paper.
Again,
Okay, Bailey.
if you go to the website for the Junior League of Greater Covington at www.jlgc.net, our website will direct you to the online ticketing site where you can purchase your tickets, your reserved table, and your VIP parking passes and your VIP lounge passes.
And again, Sheila, this is a beautiful white tent. We've got something for those who are football fans.
There's something
Food,
for
food,
everyone.
food.
An AC in the VIP tent.
But we
do.
But we know it's going to be a beautiful day,
It's
right?
gonna be gorgeous.
A
It's a
gorgeous South
beautiful
Louisiana
event.
October afternoon.
I've already placed our order for a beautiful, brisk fall day.
And the libations and food there for everyone to enjoy.
And of course, we need to remind everyone to wear their most beautiful hats for our Pretty Woman contest and buy your raffle tickets.
That's right. And again, many opportunities for our participants to engage, not only take part in a polo match that we might not necessarily get to participate in every day, but to get your Sunday Fun Day football fix, as well as pick up some unique items through silent and live auction, because we do have many unique and beautiful items that have been donated to the league so very graciously by different vendors, donors, and local businessmen.
And you're having a good time, but it's going to be so worthwhile for what it does for the community afterwards.
Absolutely. Please come out and see what we're about and join us. We would love to have new members all the time. Come talk to us and see what we're about.
Sounds
right.
great. Thank you so very much. Sheila Duggar, who is the president of the Junior League of Greater Covington, Bailey Morse, who is the vice president of fund development for the Junior League of Greater Covington, my pal Jamie Birchfield, who is the marketing director of United Way of Southeast Louisiana. I want to thank everybody for joining us today, and remember to aspire to help people live the best life possible. United Way of Southeast Louisiana supports health and human service programs of nonprofit agencies like our friends at the Junior League that with United Way work to strengthen children and youth, the elderly, families, and individuals from all walks of life in Jefferson, Orleans, Plaquemine, St. Bernard, St. Tammany, Tangipahoa, and Washington parishes. For United Way, I'm Terry Westerfield.